Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs and video games, and today I'm playing Hollow Knight. Last time on Hollow Knight, I encountered the absolute radiance in the 5th Pantheon for the first time. But this time I will once again be exiting the Godhome, and I'm going to start off outside the Godhome by delivering some delicate flowers to characters across the world. Now, this is something that I've only learned that I can do because of YouTube commenters. It is possible that I would have gone back to the Queen's Guardians looking for secrets again and discovered that I could pick up delicate flowers and then, deliver them across the world, but the chances are low. The chances are low that I would have gone back to the Trader's Child's grave and noticed that I could pick up a delicate flower. Maybe I would have done it eventually, but all in all, what I'm saying is that this is probably the biggest departure from me calling this a blind playthrough that I've done so far. Because I was more directly told that I can do this thing than any of the other hints that I've gotten. Still, I would like to talk about that. Even though I'm very far into the game, I have gotten a couple questions occasionally about whether I'm done with my blind playthrough now, and the answer is still basically no. I still am treating this as a blind playthrough because, frankly, I don't know what's left to discover, so I don't know if I have missed something that it would be still fun for me to find. But there have been some departures from calling this or thinking of this as a blind playthrough, and Delicate Flowers is definitely one of those. Previously, the biggest hint that I was given besides this one was probably the White Defender. I was told that the White Defender exists and that he's hard to find. I did find the White Defender on my own, but I found him because of that hint. I don't know if I would have found the White Defender on my own. But still, the hint was pretty obscure. It didn't tell me what to do, it just told me that there was something that existed for me to find. The only other hint that I was given that I consider to be pretty impactful for my run, and let me tell you the hint first. The hint I was given is that there were 2 more things in the Crystal Peak that I had not yet found, which is a very obscure hint. That's excellent as far as hints go. And what that led me to find was that I could destroy the crystal crawlers in the Crystal Peak and therefore complete my Hunter's Journal. So it was very impactful, even though the hint was vague and obscure, exactly the way that I like hints to be. Anyway, here we are. Here sleeps the Trader's Child, and I can pick a delicate flower. So by the way, my plan for these delicate flowers, and I do have to be a lot more careful now that I have a delicate flower. Perhaps I should have checked which charms I'm wearing and wore ones that help with the delicate flower quest. Anyway, my plan for these delicate flowers is to deliver them first to the White Lady. So the White Lady, I need to go up and to the right. First to the White Lady, then hit up characters in the Greenpath, and then the Howling Cliffs and Dirtmouth. That's my plan for this episode with the delicate flowers, is to go to those places. And hopefully I'm able to deliver the delicate flowers without too much of that. Too much of the flower being destroyed. Alright, first attempt done. I was thinking that maybe I should put a warp spot directly at where the delicate flowers are. I think I am going to do that this time. I was thinking about it before, but this time I think I will actually do it. So, let's put a warp spot. I hold down to create warp spots. There we go. I don't know if you can do it the other way, where you could put a warp spot to the characters, and then warp to where the characters are. That kind of seems like cheating, though, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it the more interesting way, which is to get to the characters with the delicate flower. So for this particular quest, what I have been told is first that I could go to the Trader's Child's location and collect the delicate flowers. So that was the main thing that I was told, is that I could do that at all. Am I going the correct direction to get to where I want to go? Yes, I am. So I was told that I could pick up delicate flowers and deliver them to characters. The other follow-up thing that I was told in YouTube comments is that my delicate flower quest is more important than I know, which is highly interesting. A highly interesting thing to say. I don't know what that means. I guess that means that I'm going to get an interesting reward for delivering a delicate flower to a character. So, White Lady, do you like delicate flowers? Do I seem prisoner here? If so, it is not by any choice of my own. These bindings about me, I've chosen to erect. There is some shame I feel for my own part in the deed, and this method guarantees it cease. Oh, she's talking about the creation of the Hollow Knight and what's happened in the land. So she has imprisoned herself to prevent her from doing something like that again. I still feel that urge, you see. I always will, a voracious desire to spread seeds upon the land, to propagate myself, to breed. Yes, let's give a delicate flower. Ah, what a precious gift it offers, though alas, I shan't accept. Not of me that flower, nor of this kingdom. Far it travelled to reach this place, brought by one beloved, fair knight of lands serene. There is rare power hidden in those frail petals. To hold it so close, one must surely be unaware of its nature. Ho-ho, so I got new dialogue, but she didn't actually take the delicate flower. Interesting. Do you have any more dialogue? That pulsing emptiness, truly it has been transformed by the revelations it found. Does it feel anything? Triumph or hate? If it does, I cannot sense it. The fate of our kingdom, our hallownest, that future belongs to you now. Alright, I think I've reached the end of her dialogue. And I've seen that before. So the next one to bring a delicate flower to, I think she's the only character in the Queen's Gardens. Yeah, I think she's the only character in the Queen's Gardens that we can actually talk to. So the next one that I would go to is Greenpath. I can visit the Hunter and Shio in the Greenpath. What is directly below me? Why can I not see? I feel like Shio would be one that would be interesting to bring a delicate flower to, because he has a difficult path to get to him. Remember that they spike up after you defeat them. Now up here, there's these enemies. Those are ones that could really destroy a delicate flower if not handled. Oh, I destroyed a delicate flower on the vines on the side of this. How sad. Get a new delicate flower and head up towards Shio. I really could wear different charms. Every time... Alright, we're gonna go down. I'm gonna put on different charms. Whoops. Did not mean to fall there. So, what are delicate flower charms? That does nothing. That's helpful and that's helpful. That doesn't really do much. The delicate flower charms are the Grubberfly's Elegy, the Sprint Master, and the Wayward Compass. I think that is a good set of delicate flower charms. Oh, one other thing that I was told this while I was streaming my Steel Soul run, but one of the other things I was told that I believe I would never have figured out myself is that sitting on benches restores the enemies across the land. I believe I went the wrong way. No, I did not. Sitting at benches restores the enemies across the land, and not just the enemies in your current area, but any enemies. Any enemies that are at least so difficult, I guess, that you've defeated since you last sat at a bench. I did not know that. I had a suspicion that sitting at benches restores enemies, but I had no idea that it was across areas. So me sitting at that bench right there and changing out charms brought that enemy I just fought back to life, which may have been a bad idea for this quest. But still. I guess one of the things that you could do is fight all of the enemies between where the delicate flower place is, where you get the delicate flower, and where the character that you're trying to go to is. And then don't sit at a bench, pick up the delicate flower, and make it there in a much easier way than you would have otherwise. Dangerous bush creature right there. And then I know that there are enemies below me. There they are. Again, I believe there is an enemy. Let's go past that enemy. And this next room I think is a little bit more dangerous. Yeah. Going up here, there are those enemies. My Grubberfly's Elegy helps a lot with these. The enemies keeps bouncing. Alright, this is where we fought the giant bush creature. And then next where we want to go is up. Actually, let's visit the hunter first, because the hunter is basically on the way to visiting Shio. The hunter is up here. Not through here, still up a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, the hunter is directly this way. And let's see if the hunter cares about delicate flowers. I imagine not. If I were to guess which characters care, I would guess that the hunter is not one of them. Fellow hunter, you return. You've already proven yourself to me. A true hunter has no home, no kingdom. Eager for new prey. Alright, I was not even given the option to give him a delicate flower. So, the hunter does not care about delicate flowers. Let's head to Shio. And while I'm going, let me talk about charms. It will take me probably several episodes to talk through different charms in this game. But I believe I know all of the charms now. And it's a good time to talk about them. I'm going to start with the ones that I will never use. So the ones that you will never see me put on are the ones I want to start with. And the first among those, the one that I will absolutely never wear, is the Carefree Melody. The Carefree Melody is a charm that you only get by banishing the Grim, which I never did in this save file. And I'm not really planning to go back and play the save file that I did that in. So I will never wear the Carefree Melody because I don't have it. What the Carefree Melody does, and I get that from the description, since I have actually never wore it. I didn't even wear it in that one save file I got it in. It said it may defend the bearer from damage. What I believe that means is when you would get damaged, you have a chance to not get hit. Like you just don't get hit sometimes. And that seems potentially good. It really depends on what the chances are that you don't get hit. But that could be very good. And it's a charm that I might consider wearing in the Radiant battles with bosses in the Godhome if I had it. I said I would consider because it does cost 3 charm notches if I recall correctly. I looked it up before this. I looked at my footage to see what that charm was. I believe that it costs 3 charm notches, which is a lot. But really, that all depends on what the chances are, because if the chance is high, then it could be amazing. Now, this is where I could actually get hit here and lose the delicate flower, so I'm paying a little bit more attention to this part. Alright, good. Almost to Shio. But I think the Carefree Melody is very interesting as a charm. It's just that in order to get it, you have to not fight the Nightmare King Grim. And the Nightmare King Grim is a very interesting battle, so not fighting it is an unfortunate thing to do, I think. Hello, Shio. So your travels have brought you back. What have you learnt? How have you grown? Myself, I am still trying to capture something with my brush, although I'm not quite sure what that thing is. I've spare brushes and plenty of paint. Once you tire of the nail, feel free to join me in my art. Oh, I have no option to give him the delicate flower. That surprises me. I really thought that Shio would be one of the ones I could deliver a delicate flower to. Oh well. Who do I go to next? So in the Greenpath, I guess there's Un. We could try going to Un and deliver a delicate flower. That sounds interesting. And then, other than Un, I think there are no characters still in the Greenpath. So let's go to the Lake of Un. So I was talking about charms that I will never use. Another one of those charms, which I actually have put on before, but I will never use, is the King's Soul. And again, it's kind of like the Carefree Melody. The reason that I will never wear it is because I do not have the charm. That charm went away after I transformed it into the Void Heart. Now I know there are some hidden enemies over here, so let me be a little bit careful so that like a leaf snapper doesn't break my delicate flower. Yeah, one of those leaf snapper creatures. So the King's Soul, what the King's Soul does according to its description, well, one of the things that it does is give you a path to the birthplace, which I used it for. That's how I made it into the Void Heart. But the other part of its description says that the bearer will slowly absorb the limitless soul contained within. What that means to me is while you're wearing the King's Soul, you just constantly fill up your soul egg without doing anything, which sounds kind of amazing. The King's Soul costs 5 charm notches to wear, which is quite a lot. But that effect is pretty significant. I believe that with that effect, if I'm understanding that effect correctly, you could defeat bosses sometimes in a much easier way. For example, if I had the King's Soul, I believe I would be wearing it in the Godhome, in the Hall of the Gods sometimes, when fighting Radiant battles. Because with it, you could use spells exclusively to defeat the boss. You don't have to hit them with your nail at all, meaning that you could potentially stay safe the whole time. Just by dodging enemy attacks and always thinking about dodging and never thinking about getting in close enough to hit with your nail. So I think the King's Soul might be quite powerful. Obviously, just like the Carefree Melody, it depends on how effective the description is. So just because it gives you limitless soul doesn't mean that it does it very fast. So if it's slow enough, then maybe it's not going to be worth the 5 charm notches that it uses. But I would definitely use the King's Soul if I had it. I believe there's nothing that can harm me in here, but I'm being careful anyway. Hello, Un. I guess we can't talk to Un again. He only came out the one time to talk to us. Sad. Okay, I guess that means I'm done with the Greenpath in terms of delivering delicate flowers. Next is the Howling Cliffs. And who is at the Howling Cliffs? There's Mato. Is Is Mato the only character there? I think so. So we're going to Mato in the Howling Cliffs next. And once we get to Mato, the next set of people I'm planning to go to are the people of Dirtmouth. So the Carefree Melody and the King's Soul are the only charms I know about in this game that I don't have. So now we're getting into charms that I have that I choose not to wear. First among those is going to be the Steady Body. According to its description, it keeps the bearer from recoiling backward when they strike with the nail. That sounds somewhat interesting, but not, it just takes away one of the mechanics of the game. And I don't really care. In fact, recoiling backward after hitting something with a nail is something that I'm so incredibly used to that I think it might mess me up more than anything to wear it. And if you just get used to being recoiled, then you're saving a charm notch by not having to wear the thing that prevents it. Now, although I'll never wear it, and I say that you could just not use it and be, just as happy, there are a couple times that I have gotten hit due to a recoil. One of those was relatively recently when I fought the Radiant version of the Sisters of Battle. I lost one of those times because of a recoil. I hit one of the Sisters of Battle and it recoiled me into another one. I got hit and I lost the Radiant fight. But still, I think... Oh, I got hit by a rock. That is so sad. Alright. Let's get another flower. Is there a better way to get to the Howling Cliffs? Probably not. Still gonna go the same way. And you know what? Just to preserve time in this video, I'm going to skip ahead to where I got to that part. Welcome back. You've actually skipped one additional time that I broke a delicate flower, because I got back to this room, and I immediately got hit by another falling rock. So, I'm back here again, and these past two times going here, I never rested at the bench because there really was no reason to, and that meant that there were less enemies for me to encounter on the way. But anyway, we are going to visit Mato in the Howling Cliffs. In the Howling Cliffs, I'm trying to think of what the dangers are. Whether there's going to be something that I need to be careful to avoid. And honestly, I think falling rocks are the things that I'm most likely to be hit by because I don't know where or if there are any here. And I think I finished talking about the Steady Body. I'm not going to wear it. I'm used to being recoiled when I hit with the nail. And I guess that I just will never put it on because of that. Another charm that I will never wear, very similar in nature, is the Heavy Blow, which causes enemies that you hit to recoil back further. That's again something that I just don't know if I care about. And especially with me fighting primarily bosses these days, and everything that's not bosses tends to die pretty quickly, I don't know if the Heavy Blow would even do anything for the types of things that I'm doing right now. So let's see if Mato would want a delicate flower. My pupil, you have come to visit your old master. This is an honor I scarcely deserve. Please sit. You are always welcome to meditate here with me. We also have no option to give him a delicate flower. Okay. Another character I'm a little bit surprised that we can't give a delicate flower. I just realized that one of the characters that I haven't tried with yet is the last stag. I'm going to try that sometime. There's nobody in the King's Pass, so I'm going to just skip over the King's Pass, go straight to Dirtmouth. And let's see who cares about a delicate flower in Dirtmouth. Oh, by the way, the tent for Divine is gone now. So Divine is no longer here. One of the things that I failed to notice last time I went to Divine that a YouTube commenter pointed out to me is that the arms of the leg eater, the curator for delicate curiosities, was on the ground in her tent, kind of indicating that she ate him. And I wanted to show that, but apparently I can't because her tent is gone. What's that you have there? Ah, what a beautiful flower. I'd never have guessed by looking, but you have surprisingly good taste in flora. Why are you carrying around such an exquisite bloom? Wait, you didn't. Ah, this flower, is it a gift for me? Are you really giving me something so precious? Of course I am. You're my favorite, Elder Bug. You're the first bug I met. Ah, I can really have it. My, I barely know what to say except thank you. I'd resign myself to selflessly giving out advice to passers-by without receiving any gratitude in return. Little did I know one young bug was taking my words to heart and would repay my kindness. And with such a beautiful gift, suddenly the world seems a little less faded. Thank you, my friend. I will take care of this flower while you're gone, so we can enjoy it together when you return. Wonderful. I'd say it was a foul beast death, but this cry sounded different. Divine? Has something happened, little traveler? No, don't tell me. If foul events are brewing, it's better I don't know. This flower you gave me, when dark thoughts creep into my head, I gaze at it and think of you. Why not rest at the bench here for a while? We can enjoy the flower together before you head off again. Okay. Woo. Alright, we delivered our first delicate flower. I'm going to zip back and deliver another one. This time I'm going to try to deliver one to the old stag, which is a very short jaunt. So let's see if I can deliver one to the old stag. So the old stag is basically just below me. There we go. Hello, old stag. Before you rang the bell, I'd almost forgotten this station existed. It was not often used by common bugs, being a well-guarded retreat for our late queen. Alright, no option to give a delicate flower to the old stag. Alright, I'm heading back to Dirtmouth, and I'll meet you when I get there. Alright, I'm back to Dirtmouth with another delicate flower. Let's see who else here would like a gift. Let's check Sly first. Actually, let's talk to Elderbug again. Okay, same thing. How about Sly? How are your travels, Nail Master? As time goes by, I'm sure you'll only grow stronger. If you see your fellow Nail Masters again, tell them I carry them in my thoughts always, and that they should come and buy something from their old teacher as a mark of respect. No option to give a delicate flower. Sad. I wanted to give a delicate flower to Sly. Check the stagway in a different place. Let's check Zelda. Are you enjoying yourself down in the ruins? At times my husband makes Holland a sound of wonder, but sometimes it seems a ghastly, dangerous place. Aw. Also cannot give a delicate flower. How about to Zote? Nope. Just talks about its precepts. Well, the last one in Dirtmouth is Gigi. Ah, hello again. How have you been faring? Have you come to me because of your regrets? Let me peer into you. Oh, you don't appear to have any lingering regrets. How lucky for you. And I also can't give him a delicate flower. How sad. How long I must have slept. This land is so much darker now, so thick with the stains of regret. Even the air is murkier. If I sleep again, will the darkness creep here and swallow me whole? Okay, who could I give a delicate flower to? I'm going to go into the infected Crossroads. I can think of two characters there. One of them is the sad guy. The infected Crossroads are a lot more dangerous than the other places I've been with delicate flowers. I guess the Queen's Garden was dangerous, but other than the Queen's Gardens. You cannot talk to him, which means you can't give him a delicate flower. He's very happy. So the only other character I can think about in the infected Crossroads is the Snail Shaman. Let's see if the Snail Shaman wants a delicate flower. And also, on the way down, I really should be defeating all of these enemies, because they could be a problem. Come on. See, this is what I did not want to happen. I did not want you to get away from me and potentially drop something on my head. So, you, right there. You're dangerous. You're dangerous too. Got him. Is there any other character in the infected Crossroads? Cornifer is no longer here. And who else? Can't think of anybody. I mean, there's and I forget her name now. There's the one that went towards Crystal Peak, but she's gone now. So I think, oh, there's the Bulbous Bobbler, of course. So let's go to these two. That scream, ooh, distorted in such a way, it's not within the skills of us snails to do such a thing. Wherever you draw this new power from, it's not a place my kind ever thought to look. Talking about the abyss and the abyssal shriek. Oh, what brings you back here? Aw, can't give him a delicate flower. Hope I can give one to the Bulbous Bobbler. I was honestly expecting after the first one, after visiting the White Lady, that every character would have new dialogue related to the delicate flowers, but apparently not. There are only a few that care. Okay, I'm worried about falling rocks. Falling rocks are very dangerous to my flower quest. And the Bulbous Bobbler is to the right and down. Oh, that was super dangerous. But I made it. Alright, another one of these. Remember, they explode. There's also the guys that rush at me. The guys that rush at me are pretty bad too. They just run directly at me and explode. Those are dangerous ones for this quest. Getting close, but must be careful. Is there any enemy below me? There's this one over here. Basic enemy. He explodes. We wait. And then... he does not explode. He does explode. There we go. Grubberfly's elegy comes in. And I think there's another one that explodes over here. Yeah. Great. Let's see if the bulbous bobbler wants a delicate flower. Oops. I didn't mean to shop. I meant to talk. It's rare enough that someone enters my store, but even rarer to meet one so striking. Those impressive horns, that fierce weapon, the air of mystery. Ooh, it's enough to make me swoon. Oh, I can't give a delicate flower? Alright, because of that, I think this episode is going to... or this quest is going to continue another episode. I'm going to save at this bench right here and continue my delicate flower quest next time. I also have some other things to show, which I was planning to after delicate flowers, but that'll have to wait until next time as well. In this episode, I attempted to deliver delicate flowers to 14 characters, succeeding only with Elderbug. From my notes, I count 15 more I could try with flower deliveries. I'll do some of that next episode, but not all of it. I want to go back to the Godhome before I finish up my Florist ways. New episodes every Sunday, and thanks for watching.